What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Adam. This is Vancity Audi. We're back at Racing Greed, this time with my Audi A3. We're going to put Integrated Engineering's Stage 1 Trueflex to the test. We're gonna find out exactly how much wheel horsepower and wheel torque I gain as we start upping the ethanol levels. If you guys are familiar with the channel, you know that the last video I put out in this vehicle, I was at the drag strip and I tested out Integrated Engineering's Stage 1 91 file, as well as their Stage 1 93 file, and tested it back to back against the stock calibration on this car. And we saw how much quicker and how much faster it went with just a tune. Today, we're going to see how much of a difference it makes as we raise the ethanol level on this car, on the dyno, same day, same conditions, and see how much power we can actually gain. So I've been lucky enough to enjoy this software for some time now. It's probably been about a month and a half I've been driving on this Trueflex file. It has been a blast. The throttle response, way better. The power, way better, especially running E versus 91. So what we're doing right now is we're flashing the car back to stock and we're gonna get you guys a baseline. Then we're gonna flash the car back to the Trueflex file and we're gonna start ramping up the ethanol content. The first run will be on straight 91 and then we'll slowly add more E and see how much more power we make. Now, in regards to this software, you do need a little tiny bit of hardware to make it work as well.
The piece of hardware that you need to upgrade so that you can run this Trueflex software is your high pressure fuel pump. In order to be able to read your ethanol content, you also need to install an ethanol content analyzer, which fits here on your fuel line. This is the entirety of the high pressure fuel pump upgrade kit, which includes the tool they supply you to perform the upgrade on your existing pump. Kyle made short work of removing the old plunger from the fuel pump and upgrading it to the new plunger from IE. Once the new plunger has been installed, Kyle reinstalled the spring that he originally had removed from the pump. This is the extent of what he removed from the OEM pump and upgraded with new parts from IE. Now that the high pressure fuel pump has been upgraded, we need to install the Flexfuel sensor. Here is the entirety of what comes with the kit from IE. The first thing you have to do is remove the fuse box. Then you have to remove the OEM ground so you can install the additional ground included in the kit. There is an empty spot in the harness for you to insert the pin that comes with the kit. Once you have completed that, you have to install the supplied fuse into the fuse box like so. Then you're ready to add the flex sensor. The first thing is to cut a space for it in the fuel line by removing a section of it so that you can click it into place in its spot on the manifold. Once you have it in the correct space, you can tighten it all up. Here is a shot of roughly what the wiring should look like once you have it all successfully connected. Lastly, we toss the battery tender on to maintain the proper voltage for tuning and flash this bad boy to stage 1 with the high pressure fuel pump Trueflex file.
Last thing I'll note before we get to these first dyno runs, I just wanted to mention we do live at sea level here. It is very cool today. The air is very dense. So all of the power figures we see today should be quite high. These are uncorrected numbers on this Mustang all-wheel drive dyno with a smoothing level of 6, and I'm going to be showing you DynoJet calibrated numbers. Let's get to it. So the stock runs are done, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of knowledge on dyno results and kind of how they vary from one dyno to another, from one location to another location in the world. There are different calibrators that make software for the Audi A3 platform, and 5 different ones have made multiple different power levels and different torque levels at the wheels on their dynos, as much as 27 wheel horsepower and 26 wheel torque from one dyno to another. So just keep in mind, guys, that these results are pertaining to this dyno and this dyno alone. What we're really gonna be focusing on is how much we gain from the beginning of today to the end. Here are the results for my stock run. And here's our starting point for today, guys. Completely stock, running 91 octane fuel, 229 wheel horsepower, 268 wheel torque, a very boring, mundane looking graph. And we're definitely gonna spice that up a bit by flashing the car over to stage 1 Trueflex from IE. So what I have here is Integrated Engineering's very, very cool mobile app. And what we can see is the straight 91 octane fuel has 7% ethanol. That's what we're gonna be using for this first run on the dyno, straight 91 octane. Now on straight 91 octane pump gas with an ethanol level of 7%, we managed to gain 55 wheel horsepower and 89 wheel torque with just that tune, the high pressure fuel pump, and the flex sensor installed. Massive gains of torque down low and in the mid-range, and the horsepower, good gracious, just way higher throughout the entire pull. Let's add some more E and see how much more we can keep gaining. So we've dumped in a bunch of E85 to bring up that ethanol content, and we are now sitting at 32% ethanol. We're gonna see now how much additional power we can make running a higher ethanol content. Ramping that ethanol content up to E32 netted us a gain of 33 additional wheel horsepower and 32 wheel torque. It's also smoothing out the pull. A lot smoother, more linear as we added additional ethanol. We're gonna keep going, 2 more levels of E until we get to the peak horsepower at the end of the day. With a little mini gain of 3 wheel horsepower and 6 wheel torque, that's what happened when we ramped up the E content from E32 up to E45. There was gains throughout the entirety of the pull, not just in one spot or another. So cool to see that it did make additional power, but not as much as we were hoping. Last runs of the day are gonna be above E60. The final results running E62, I gained 5 wheel horsepower and 13 wheel torque above the E45 result. You can see yet again gains throughout the entire pull. It's not just one place or another, but throughout the whole thing. Most notably down low. The torque down low is where you see it, and for the horsepower, down low and mid-range, but still one hell of a gain step by step by step as we go up through the ethanol content. And I'm sure the final graph of the day is going to knock your freaking socks off. From stock to E62 Trueflex, 96 wheel horsepower gain and 140 wheel torque. Look at the gains, just unreal. Revs out to 6,800 rather than 6,500, and just huge gains throughout the entirety of the power band. Truly, truly impressive. Now, if you love the performance you saw out of the Peasant today, make sure you use the link in the description below to save yourself some money next time you purchase something from Integrated Engineering. I don't know, guys, that may go down in history of my channel, Vancity Audi, with the largest torque gain I have ever seen with a car from stock to a stage 1 tune. That is ridiculous for just adding ethanol, high pressure fuel pump upgrade, a tune, as well as a flex sensor. That's awesome. No wonder this car has been so much fun to drive on this file. Lots of torque down low, not nearly as fun up top, but is my daily. I am not at the racetrack with this thing all the time. I'm putzing around town, having fun with it. A lot more fun to have some spirited drives with this thing than it was before. Thank you very much to Racing Greed for having me. It has been a long day, but very well worth it. Super cool to see the actual numbers and the gains that I made from what I was feeling in the seat of my pants driving the car stock and then running it on pump gas and then running it all out on E60 or above. Stay tuned to the channel, guys, because now that we have the car tuned at its max power level, stage 1, we're gonna start doing some hardware upgrades and seeing how much performance we can gain upgrading one part at a time in some cases and groups of parts in other cases. Thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, take care.